Well, we're a little same, a little bit more progression. Norm and Mark and Pascal were all out there doing a little bit more activity. They weren't really into the practice part of it. We kind of separated it. They were playing some, I'd call it live, but they were playing some action basketball, semi-live action basketball, and the rest of the guys we were doing our regular practice at the other end. So there's a few more bodies out there. Still no Fred, still no DeJuan. I think that's it at all. They're still immobile, but making progress with those other guys day by day here.
Yeah, I mean, and you have them out on the floor doing semi-live stuff. Does that project to a return on Sunday, or are we all just?
Yeah, I don't know. Sunday may be a bit soon, Michael, but it's I'm under the direction and guidance of the silver one, Alex McKechnie, and if he clears him to play, we'll play him, and if he doesn't, we won't. But I think that's probably a bit ambitious.
Nick, you had guessed, playing doctor, that the order of return Pascal would be last a few days ago. Are you changing the order, or does that mean if we see Pascal, we're seeing the other guys before?
It teaches me to never play doctor, is what it does. No, I'm just kidding. I don't, I don't think you ever really know. Like, some guys heal a little quicker, some guys pain tolerance a little better, some guys' injuries aren't as bad as maybe they looked, or, or what they thought they were going to be. Because, I think originally we thought Norm was going to be gone for, like, ever, the one, but, and end up being, he'll be the first one back, I think. Close to it. I think Norm's cleared to play Sunday, by the way. I think so. There's one, Michael, that I forgot. Yeah, he'll be ready to go, I think, unless something changes between now and then. But it's another one of those keep them at home, keep them off the internet weekends, Doug.
There will be expectations on all of them whenever they come back.
Mm-hmm.
How do you temper them within the team?
Well, I think again we've got a little experience with that, right? This year, that we don't snap our fingers and think it's things are right where we picked up, right? We understand that there's a little bit of time that needs to, process, get some rust off, get some conditioning back, get some chemistry back, all those kind of things.
Is there anything to take from, you sort of had that slippage once Kyle and Serge came back for a few games, understandably, in their rust and everybody else working their way in. Is there anything to take from that and kind of apply it to this situation, or is it just sort of a natural thing that needs to happen the way it happens?
Well, I think the one thing we can take for sure is that we know it won't probably just be seamless. Right? That we maybe can go into it with the expectations that we're going to have to massage it a little bit, or just be a little bit more vigilant of it. Again, this isn't going to be a snap your fingers and everything's hunky dory. Have to work them back in and see how it looks and see how they feel and see how it affects the rest of the guys and see how it affects me and whatever. I don't know. I'm just glad they're coming back, Josh. I'm glad that these guys, they want to play, they want to be on the court. The sooner we can get them back and start working them back in, the better off we're going to be. We know our probably our best version of our team is we know what that is, and that's with healthy guys, right? All of them.
What do you think the impact will be on guys like Pat and O'Shea and Rondé, who have assumed much larger roles in 10 games?
Yeah, I would say that again, Doug. I don't think everybody's going to come swooning in at the same game here, but they might. But I don't think so. So I think again we'll kind of worry about that as we go. But I think you guys know how I feel about Pat. I think Pat's a part of our rotation. In fact, I think he's it's a totally new role for him to start and play 30-plus minutes, and he's had some up and down games in that, but he's shown some real good play. I think he's almost a specialist off the bench, right? Which we know and which I like. Who else did? Oh, Ronde. And Ronde's certainly, I think his level of or our level of usage and confidence in figuring out what we can do and how he can help us has risen. So I think he carved himself out a role there as well.
Norm had really worked himself into a place where he was playing really well and his minutes were up and he was even starting. Where's his role at now?
Yeah, I think that you're right. He was playing great, right? I think again, it's like the most disappointing part of this stuff is that I thought Kyle and Serge were playing better than they've ever played in their career when they went down, and I'd say the same for Norm, right? He was really, really playing awesome, and then unfortunate. Anyway, what was the question again? Oh, where does Norm fit in? I mean, we'll work him back in. But I think, again, I think that the starting lineup, if everybody's healthy, let's say a month from now, is up for debate.
The way Terrence played the other night and kind of responded to you challenging him a bit, what do you think that says about his maturity, about him as a competitor?
Well, I think it's in a guy's first season. There's a lot of learning curve and a lot of growth. And it's pretty drastic, right? There's some really highs, really up there highs, and really down there lows that first year guys or freshmen at university or whoever go through. So, and that makes for a steep learning curve. And what it says about him most to me is that, again, what I think we've seen from him is he's got some guts, right? He's got some heart. He's not afraid, and he's, I think that is huge. I think that's why he came into this season taking and making shots. He had the guts to take them. We know he's got the stroke and the vault up and the whatever, but it really takes a lot of guts and confidence to do it. And it takes that same thing coming back off a couple bad games in a row. So that was good. It was good to see he really, he kind of bailed us out the other night, I think. He got us off to a great start, and he hit a bunch when we really needed him there when we were down in the fourth.
As a first year pro, like around the 35, 40 game mark, you almost expect a little.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got to go back and think of that, and it's true. You for him, his 30 games means he's putting his shoes away, or at least his real shoes away. He's putting his uniform away, and the season's over after 30 games, and all of a sudden you're just getting started here, right? We're just getting loose, right? We're just getting loose now. So you gotta have some patience, and I think it probably said it already. He wasn't playing well, and when you're not playing well, I can't play you. That's just the way it is. But I'm going to try to get you going and put my arm, give you another chance, because I do. You guys know how much I believe in the kid. I started playing him from game one.
You had done that early in the year with Stanley and Ronde and Chris and Terrence. Now you did it with Terrence a couple. You know when you say these things, they're going to become stories. You do it to see what their reaction is, or how the team reacts around them.
First of all, Doug, I'm not sure I know they're going to be stories.
Trust us.
Sometimes maybe I'm just a little too either forthright or pissed off or whatever it is, right? Somebody said, why didn't you play him more? And I thought the question should have been, why'd you play him so much, right? Well, I don't know. I mean, I think there's sometimes lots of ways of communication. There's lots of ways of getting your message across. And we'll explore all those options until we can hopefully help these guys. And, and like I said, it's only for their best interest and the best interest of our team.
Is there an art to that, to criticizing a player, and do you have to tailor it to a guy's sort of personality and sensitivities? How to get the most out of them, each guy, in that sort of instance?
I don't know if there's an art to it, but I would say that there is. I think that if there's a problem, it needs to be communicated, right? And then if there's a problem, it needs to have a solution.
Back to Pascal, I know your involvement with injured players is more limited than it is with healthy players, obviously, but from your sense of things, this is his first sort of extended stretch not playing. How did he handle that? How involved was he in what was going on with the active players? You know, we saw Norm talking to Terrence the other day, for example. How was he in that sense?
I think he's been good. I think he's, let's put it this way. He's itching to play, right? He's really itching to play, and he's done everything he could do to get back on the court. He's not looking for a break or any rest or thinking about anything further down the line later in the he's ready to get out there and play as soon as he can. So he's worked very hard. I think he's done a little extra on the shooting as well. As soon as they cleared him to get back on the court, even though he couldn't move that great, he spent a lot of time again working on his mechanics, etc. As far as any of the other stuff, Eric, I don't really know.
Have you allowed yourself to think of what this team could be once everyone comes back, or do you just kind of work with what you have and take it through?
Well, I kind of know what they are. I think this team's really good, right? I think we've had them this year, and we've been outstanding. And I think there's some battle-tested, special guys on this team. We're going to be around, right? We need to get healthy and stay healthy, and I think we're ready to line up with anybody.
Nick, obviously, when the guys come back, the roster's going to look different in terms of how you utilize guys. Do you have those conversations now with those guys in terms of, look, when these guys get back, the situation's going to change, but there are expectations we still have?
Yeah, I think you got to do some of that, right? Like, I'm not having them now, Sherm, but as the news gives us that they're cleared, I like to try to tell the guys. I've had to do it one time around already, right? We went out west, and Kyle, Serge, OG went down, and the same group of guys, the Rondes, and those guys stepped in, and then those guys came back, and yeah, you had to tell them, hey, you guys were awesome, but the guys are back, and things will change, but stay ready, but it lasted about a game. Lasted about 2 games, so good thing they stay ready. But anyway, yeah. So you got to try to tell them, and again, just tell them that still a long way to go here, and a lot of things will happen. So keep doing your thing and stay ready. I always say I think these guys have all raised their level of play up in people's eyes, our eyes, the league's eyes, etc. So it's always a positive.
There's been a lot of kind of water under the bridge since DeMar was traded and everything that's happened in between. He's coming back again on Sunday. Mm-hmm. How much thought have you given to that and thinking about the atmosphere? And how much on the nurse scale? How much jump in the building Sunday?
I haven't given it a lot of thought, only because I'm pretty well. I was pretty much in recovery mode yesterday because it's been a tough stretch here, and I'm pretty knee deep in our own guys right now. But I did think about it a little bit last night, I guess. But I think I'll be knee deep in it by this afternoon and tomorrow. And they're first of all, their team's playing great again. They've changed They're shooting a lot more threes. Just all of a sudden here in the last 10 games, they've decided to start bombing like everybody else. So that's been interesting to see the transformation there. And they're playing great. They got a ton of talent, man, and they're very well coached. And obviously, we know DeMar's a great player, and a great person. And I'm sure, I don't know, but he's going to like to see him, and we're going to have to try to figure out a way to stop him. Figure out a game plan to make life difficult on him if we can.
Nick, when you make reference to communicating with guys privately or talking to them about some of these issues more publicly, has your approach evolved at all in your second year as a head coach, or has it maybe returned to what your habits were when you were a head coach back in the day? I mean, it seems a little different from last year.
Yeah, it does. Am I grumpier this year, or?
We did call it Kawhi the one time, which he told us he appreciated.
Well, I don't know. I don't feel much different. I know, you know, like Doug, I just try to say what's on my mind.
I mean, did you find last year you were sort of feeling your way through it a little bit more? Or?
Like I said, I don't feel much different. Even though the circumstances are, you know, there's been a lot of stuff, a lot of new guys and a lot of injuries and a lot that, you know, a lot of starting lineups, all kinds of stuff. There's been a lot of, the roller coaster's been a little bumpier, right, this year, but still the roller coaster last year. Yeah, still a roller coaster last year, and you know it's coming, and you go ride the ups and downs and try to have fun. Right? We good? All right, man. See you tomorrow?
You betcha.
All right. You guys can take tomorrow off if you want.
2 days in a row.
Have a Saturday off.